I had a massive oops yesterday. Went to start the truck, burped the fuel system, nothing. So I took apart my wiring harness. I took the fuel filters out. I took the whole thing back apart and nothing. Frustrated. Hours, went into town, got a chunk of fuel line, bypassed everything. Nothing. No reason for it. I mean, all the electronics, everything was working great. It was beyond me. Extraordinarily irked, pissed off would be the word, and frustrated.
Hello there, and welcome back to another episode of The Sea Life. Today, Joel continues to race against the clock to get his truck running, so he brings in his dad and his brother for extra helping hands. Now, the big question is, can they get it all done before we have to leave back to Saudi Arabia?
I love it when shit shows up early. So my niece brought me out a package, and I was expecting it to be the ignition coil. So Holly switched from, well, not switched. They gave you the option. It first came with this ignition coil, which is great. But it sucks to mount. Let's be honest. This is a pain in the butt. If you've got flat fenders or something like that, it's cool. I don't. And so they actually came out with a regular round style, canister style coil that can go back in the mount. Awesome. So I ordered that. But I ordered new fuel injection parts, and they all showed up for the fuel lines and stuff like that, like 2 days early. So yay me. I'm excited about that. That makes my life a lot easier. So all right. Normally I'd be doing this with a better clamp, but I used to put a bunch of these hoses together for aircraft, and they're easy to do in a vise because you just clamp it on the vise and then you cut it. So you got to tape it and you got to cut it, and the vise holds it still so you can actually make a clean cut. Well, if you've got to trim it, or you make a change like I did and you do it in the truck, you can't hold it. So if you just take two pieces of wood and you drill a hole through it. Now, wood's not perfect. If I had aluminum, I would use aluminum. Yes, I get there's a chance there might be some wood chips in there, but we're going to do our best not to have that. And then on top of it, we will blow the system out when we're done. See how strong my fenders are. There we go. And we got something nice to hold on to. So again, like 2 pieces of aluminum would be great. To do it off the bench would be even better. Now it tells you you can use a reciprocating saw. Works great, not a problem with it. But we're gonna try a flush cut with a carbide bit on it. So let's see what this damage this does here. I can already tell you that's pretty nice. Yeah, I'm gonna like that. Nice. I think that worked out swimmingly. Might not look great right now, but once I clean it up a little bit, get yourself a little screwdriver, and you want to pry the steel away from the hose. Just like that. Just walk it all the way around, flaring it out. Don't want any of it up against the hose. Because if we do that, that's where we get leaks. And you could see that it's a little out of round right now. Once you put the fitting on it, will not be a problem. And this is the one I want. I like these. I think you guys did a pretty good job. I think you should include a clamp with the kit because you guys have wrenches, but I think you've done pretty good. So you push this down. Oops, already screwed up. That was my bad. Not a big screw up, but a screw up nonetheless. I forgot to put the ferrule on before. I'm gonna build a bracket off the back of the transmission so I can attach all that stuff to keep it away from the heat. Move this back and go from there. All right, I gotta do the return side.
you go.
It's gonna hit the other one.
That's all right.
My hand hurts.
How we feeling, boys, this morning?
Looking at the weather.
Huggy.
Yeah?
Huggy.
Huggy.
And?
Just trying to figure out which way the clouds are moving.
Yippee.
Kind of not moving at all. Pretty stationary in front here.
There's 3 little turkeys grabbing the crab apples that he drops. And it's really, really cool. So I will point it to you. It's like right here. He's right there. And then there's all the turkeys. Oh, he fell down. He was up there grabbing the crab apples for his little friend turkeys, I guess, family, whatever.
All right, new day. Same clothes. More fuel system stuff. Unfortunately, a lot of it doesn't come in until Monday. Little brackets and stuff like that, but I don't think I'm going to get too hung up on that. I think I'll put the brackets in next time. I'll finish running the lines, hook the fuel system back up, not put the new filters and the pre-filter in this time because I've only got, well, I don't know, 9 days or so before we leave, and you know, I need to start buttoning things up. We need to get the fenders back on, the hood back on, and there's a whole mountain of stuff in the back of the truck that needs to be gone through and cleaned out and sorted. So again, I can store this thing till I can come back and plug away on it again. So today, Dad thinks we should cover the wiring loom because he said the rabbits out here are pretty fearsome, and if they get up in there, they'll just eat it all up. So we'll do that, do the fuel system, see how it goes. Put the seat back together. It'd be nice. Have something to sit on. You never know. Maybe we'll get this thing out, actually kind of drive it around and touch, see what it does. I had a massive oops yesterday. Went to start the truck, burped the fuel system, nothing. So I took apart my wiring harness. I took the fuel filters out. I took the whole thing back apart, and nothing. Frustrated. Hours, went into town, got a chunk of fuel line, bypassed everything. Nothing. No reason for it. I mean, all the electronics, everything was working great. It was beyond me. Extraordinarily irked. Pissed off would be the word, and frustrated.
Joel and his brother Josh get to work on fixing the fuel system and putting all the wiring back together. Again. It turns out it was operator error. So while they were doing that, I took advantage of the beautiful, cool weather. Have you ever been sitting there thinking, I don't think I'm alone? There's got to be something behind me? You can barely hear them when they come up, but it's just enough to get you to go, whew, something's there. They've been in and out of the yard all day, just eating all the little berries and apples that come off these trees. It was a very close game, but up to this point, Des and I were winning. Until we weren't anymore.
Elbows. And then we do this. We do this. We do this. Yeah.
Woohoo!
I'm done.
It's all right. Good job, buddy.
Yeah.
We were doing awesome. Just got done playing some cornhole with my father-in-law. It was fun. started out as a really close game. And then you could just tell I was just losing steam. So anyway, now I'm gonna go out to the pole barn. I'm gonna check on the boys, see how the progress of the truck is going. I'm filming you, filming me. You guys I can't use any of this footage because you've got music playing. There's probably no better feeling than working with your dad and your brother to restore your grandfather's vehicle. The memories being made from rebuilding a vehicle with so many memories is truly priceless. With Josh riding shotgun, he was looking at all the specs as they drive and make adjustments as needed. The only major worry is, are they going to run out of gas?
Yeah, there's like, linkage just got to get straightened out a little. It's got a bit of a wobble to it.
It's charging at 14 volts.
Yeah, the battery meter actually works over here too. Mirror is a little rusty. That one is fun.
Staying right at 190 for town.
Oh, it's a tip caging work. Well, pressure. Yeah, tip cage work. Yeah, that's
Don't forget, one of your blinker lights is hanging off the front of the truck.
well, maybe you don't have license plates or seat belts or a driver's license or.
Do you want me to adjust the idle down? By 50?
Yeah, probably 550.
Okay, so target AFR fuel ratio 13.5.
Yep.
Cruise is set to 14. AFR at wide open throttles at only at 12.5.
No, it hasn't gone wide open throttle, so no place to do that.
Not yet.
Please don't be a sheriff.
It's not, but I'd probably turn around here if we've only got mid tank left.
Yeah.
Not that I don't trust your judgment, I just don't trust the gauge in this thing.
True that. Our steering works. Doesn't make a bunch of noise. Because once you get past it, it's easy. It works fine. But it's just that very first beginning.
Like it's hanging up on the bracket or something.
Well, I remember it's got a kink to it, so we need to tip the kink out so it's straight.
The bracket that we were supposed to get for it, wasn't it supposed to make it straight? Or did it just not work well?
They didn't. But again, that's the little nitpicky shit that now that it fucking runs,
It's a little easier to fucker with it.
I just want to fucking explode on the
See,
road.
now when you're at like 550 on the volts, then it's like, or 550 RPM, your charging gets iffy. So,
Well, but that's the way most of these vehicles work, though. They didn't charge it really at low RPM very well. Yeah, I see how these guys lower these trucks and shit like that. I don't want to change anything. I like the way it rides.
yeah, maybe level it, but that's about it.
I don't know, maybe it might look cool with a short box.
I like short box.
I mean, with the rake in it. It was made like this so it can, when you put a load on it, it level.
We're never going to put a load on it.
This thing's gonna be fun.
A little bit of fine tuning, and then Daryl took it out for a spin.
What do you think of my hot mess?
I think he approves. Then it was time to clean up the shop and put it all back together. This includes Joel going through all the rest of his packages, organizing the shop, and storing the truck until the next time he gets to work on it, whenever that's gonna be. Once the shop was all buttoned up, we got a surprise visit from a few more locals, and one that made us a bit nervous. What you got? What'd you find with Grandpa?
Tiger moth caliper.
Okay.
Soon he'll become a tiger moth.
Is that what he's gonna become?
Yeah.
Very cool.
And they're like really cute
Oh yeah?
and cool.
Okay. Okay, why don't you leave him alone and go clean up your river explosion, please? Cool. I just missed him running along the bank as I was jumping out of the way for my father-in-law to yell and scare him off. This is a great reminder to always be aware of your surroundings. And that closes out our time at the cabin and our time in the US. Please join us next time for a short video with a huge announcement. Do not miss it. Hit that subscribe button and notification bell to get notified when we release new videos. Thanks guys so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.